Hey Vemperors, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, thank you so much for joining us today. So today on A to Unique, I will be doing something that's been very much requested, which is my skincare routine. Now before we go any further, I'm not a dermatologist, I'm not a doctor. What I do here is for my skin type, which kind of teeters between lightly oily and normal. So if you have different types of skin, different products may affect you differently, so it's all about experimenting and finding what works for you. So before we start, I think it'd be important to talk about what a skincare routine is. So a skincare routine is something that you do either every day or every month in order to take care of your skin. So someone like me, I have what's called a monthly regimen, meaning I use different products throughout the month in order to help my skin look good. So what those steps are a good cleanser that we use every day to get rid of all the crud, all the buildup, just to get everything nice and clean. Now, depending on the time of the month, we go one of two ways from here. Step 2, which I usually do only once a month, is use a peel-off charcoal mask. Basically what this does is it dries to your skin, and then you can either pull out all the dead skin, blackheads, all the good stuff, or you can wash it out as well. It's very important. Only do this once a month because it's pretty tough on your skin. All right, then from there you can use your favorite hydrating masks. So my wife and I both like this one, which is kind of an illuminating, hydrating, just all over good for your face mask. Again, do that following the charcoal mask to just kind of give it a little extra push. Now on a normal day, it's just cleanser and then straight to this next step, which is toner. So I use one of two different toners. So this one can pull skin. It has some ingredients in it that kind of eat away at different like dead skin buildup. And then if you just want to hydrate some more and tone your skin, I recommend rose water. It's actually a really good step. It just really plumps the skin, hydrates it, so many good things. Up next, we use some type of essence. I use snail mucin, which I'll get into that a bit later. Then we come in behind that with an illuminating serum, which again, we'll get into later. Then we come in with a facial moisturizer, eye cream, and we finish it off with sunscreen and a type of lip oil. First, we got a headband up to keep our luxurious bangs away from the water. Leave that wonderful 5 head exposed because she needs a cleaning too. All right, so we're gonna hop in with the best ingredient for skincare, which is water. So first you just gotta wet your face a little bit. We're gonna come in with this OK brand skin cleanser. So it's a foam cleanser. It's got a few ingredients in it. Basically, it's a water-based cleanser that has some witch hazel in it, which I know is super controversial, but it does work well for my skin, and in terms of hydrating, it may not work well for yours. So just be careful if you have drier skin. Now, another controversial ingredient in this is it has some salicylic acid, not a whole lot, it doesn't burn, and it does have a little bit of fragrance, but I'm not afraid of fragrance. Some people, yeah, it does affect their skin differently, and that's valid, but for me, this is what works. So we get a little bit here, and it just comes out like a fine mousse. All right, so I usually just pat, then we start rubbing. It's very important that you do not go into your eyes. So I usually just try to avoid that area altogether and then gently massage them with my hands after the foam has kind of dissipated. It's very important to be gentle with your eyes. The skin there is incredibly sensitive. All right, so step 1 is done. Now we just gotta rinse that off. Other pro tip, make sure to have your towel handy. And pat dry, do not wipe, pat. You just put acid on your skin, so you gotta be nice to it. Step number 2, and this is going to be my daily skincare, not my monthly. So if you're doing the big monthly round, you would plop this on, this peeling mask here. It's a charcoal peeling mask. Leave it on for about 10-15 minutes, yank it off, or just wash it off real quick. Then follow that with another hydrating mask and just follow whatever directions you have. Some are peel off like this, some come in a nice pack. They're like $2 at Walmart. It's an awesome deal. Now for my daily skincare. So I'm a bit crusty because I've been hella depressed. So we're gonna come in with every makeup person and skincare person's favorite item, a cotton pad. We're gonna take our e.l.f. toner here. So the cool thing about this particular cleanser is that it has hyaluronic acid in it, which basically speeds up cell turnover, so that helps get rid of like fine lines and just really helps with dry skin. If you're about my age, 27, and you're looking at 30 soon, use this. If you're younger than that, or you're not having to worry about fine lines or anything, go with something hydrating, something plumping, like rose water, for example. Now, the other interesting thing about this, it has aloe in it to really soothe the skin, which is awesome because, you know, you are, again, putting acid on your skin. And it also has witch hazel, which again helps with collagen production, which is great if you're kind of trying to fight the aging process, like I desperately am right before my 27th birthday. You know, we just go in here, get everywhere, get in those crevices. If you're like me and you got a big nose, you're gonna need to get up in the crevices because dead skin will live there rent free. Got our pad done. Unfortunately, I don't have any reusable pads, so this little guy is going in the trash. So hopefully we can get some reusable pads here soon. Now, up next is our essence. So I use Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. So basically, it's my wonderful company called CosRx, and it's really good. Now, this is not vegan. This is literally snail slime. It's really good for your skin, weirdly enough. What it does is it helps to lock in moisture, because as we all know, snails and slugs, they're slimy, they're wet, and it's because of this chemical in their skin. So it doesn't take much, maybe a little dot on the end of your finger, just like that. And this should be enough to do, a little stringy, most of your face. Now, my skin today is feeling a little dry because I have been in a big depressive episode, and this is kind of my coming out of that. Now, the reason I'm not doing my monthly all-out skincare is it's a lot. I'm not all the way out of the woods yet, so I wanted something low effort but would help. Coming up next, we have our illuminating serum, also by OK, called Chop Chop. So yes, it has sugarcane extract in it, which is an amazing tool to help with pulling in moisture and then keeping it there on your skin. Also, it's got ground up rubies and quartz in it, so like, let's get fancy. So we get an eyedropper full, and then just apply it kind of throughout the T-zone. And then once the dropper is done, securely screw this on. I've made that mistake one too many times. And you kind of just give it a nice rub in. And again, my skin is thirsty AF right now, so it might just be pulling in everything. Usually at this point, if I'm doing this regularly, at this point I do have the kind of like a visible layer of moisture, which I'll get to that in a minute on how to deal with that. Up next, we have our glowing moisturizer by OK to follow up the Chok Chok illuminating serum. So it has similar ingredients, water-based, just like the serum that we just used. It has similar ingredients, however, this has a lot of vitamin E in it. It also has citrine extract in it, so both of those help nourish your skin and help with cell turnover and holding in that delicious, wonderful moisture. Again, it also has ground up gemstones in it, so you don't really need too much. So I've got pretty big hands, but that's probably about the tip of my finger. And again, just apply it all over the face, and then gently rub her in. Now that we've covered our face in diamond powder and ruby powder and quartz powder and all kinds of wonderful vitamins and moisture, as you can see, I have started to have a bit of a shine to me. Now, we don't really want to have shine so much as illumination. What to do with that is we have these wonderful quartz rollers. So pretty much what this does is you take it and you roll in the grain with your skin, and this pretty much just pushes all of those wonderful things that we just put on our skin down into it. And make sure you do this gently. Even get the nose, follow the line of your cheekbone, kind of like we're doing blush, and then just go across that big old 5 head. This will make a reappearance. So now eyes are very sensitive. So for a long time, I was actually using the OK Chok Chok Firming Eye Cream. However, recently it started to irritate my eyes. Not really sure why, but c'est la vie. And yes, I know I said that terribly. So I switched to the CeraVe eye cream. So what's cool about CeraVe is it's kind of a nothing fancy kind of a brand. Basically, it just helps with moisturizing the area around your eyes and your eyelids, giving you that lovely youthful look
that I'm desperately trying to hold on to.
The cool thing with this is it has hyaluronic acid in it, which we talked about earlier with the toner. Now what it does in this particular application is it helps kind of restore your skin in this general area by holding on to any moisture. Again, you don't need a whole bunch, so just for reference, it comes out just like that. All right, now I have made a dumb mistake and done my pointer finger. So what I'm gonna do is just gently put it on there, and I'm gonna switch to my ring finger. Now why the ring finger? It's because that this finger doesn't have as much muscle in it on average. So you can massage it into the skin here without applying too much pressure and then thus giving yourself fine lines, or so I've been told. All right, so then you wanna do your second one, your second eye. So just give yourself a little eye cream, get it really in there. As I said earlier, it's been a hot minute, so I'm crusty. And this is all like really soaking in really quickly. That being said, typically when I'm on my game and I'm not depressed, I use the quartz roller here. And that's mainly because at this point, my skin has really absorbed a lot of moisture. I've been drinking a lot of water and everything, just kind of trying to keep healthy. So at this point, we would just gently roll along the eye socket, and I mean very gently, like we're barely pressing in, just enough to get the roller to actually roll. And most importantly, everyone forgets this about skincare. It is crazy to me. You have to use sunscreen. Now, as someone who is as vampiric as I am, sunscreen is a given. So you can use any sunscreen really. Try to avoid ones that have alcohol in them because that will just destroy everything that you've done to your skin. I just use any SPF. This particular sunscreen is SPF 50 because that's what I had on hand. Generally something a little lighter would probably be good. So you just take a little bit and just like before, really get her in there. Careful when your tube is explosive and you get it into your cat's food, but oh well. Just kidding, no animals were harmed in the making of this. They are very loved. Okay, now this, very carefully, like everything else with your eyes, very carefully. Try to get along your nose here. And last but not least, lip oil. So I use Ulta's green tea lip oil. It's wonderful. It's just, so you know, most lip oils, you do wind up tasting them throughout the day. This one is like green tea that's been steeped in roses. It is just, and you just feel so fresh. So it's got some chamomile oil in it, which gives it that kind of really tea, relaxing kind of flavor and smell, but it also nourishes you, which is awesome. So don't get that much. Don't squeeze so much. We're just gonna yeet our problems down the sink. Now, if you're like me and you don't have really big lips, you don't really need all that much. You can just kind of squeeze a teensy bit out of the top. Just look for that bubble. Okay, kind of dab that in, and then put it on just like lipstick. And now my son is having a mental crisis. All right, so now I got a lip oil on, which is going to do the same things that our rest of our serums and creams have done for the rest of our face, which is hold in everything, all the moisture that we get to make sure that our lips are plump, kissable, and camera ready. All right, y'all, so thank you so much for watching this video.
Don't be like me and get crusty.
I'm trying to do this as often as possible. Now I know that some of the stuff is a little more pricey. Yes, even my cat Crowley agrees that it is pricey. So don't feel pressure to do this. Like, if you can't do this, it's not the end of the world. It'll help certainly, but you know, do what you can. And there's plenty of drugstore alternatives. My son is, hang on. Crowley, come here. Come here. All right, so this is Crowley. He was reviewing my skincare video. He was not impressed. All right, go on. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helps you on your skincare journey. This is what I do. So again, your skin may be different, so you may have to do other things. If you like this content, please let me know below by leaving a like, subscribing, make sure to consensually smash that notification button. And I'll be uploading once a week. We're still not sure on the date. It may be Wednesdays from now on. We'll find out and let you know. Anyway, bye.